Today we're going to talk about the personal development community. But first, Dan Pena.
Strange times are these in which we live when the old and the young are taught falsehoods in school. And the person that does tell the truth is called a lunatic and a fool. Well, they don't call me a lunatic and fool anymore. They certainly did 20 years ago when I came out with the idea of changing what was called then personal development. Now I'm gonna tell you a little secret. There's only one secret I say during my talks. Personal development arguably started in the late 40s, 50s. A guy named W. Clement Stone, who owned a company called Worldwide Insurance, Combined Insurance, needed a new sales product for his salesmen to sell whole life insurance. Whole life insurance is the one that they collect the money and it's the highest premiums. Okay. He went to Napoleon Hill, who by this time had been bankrupt twice, had abandoned his son because he was born with no ears, had been in jail. Now nobody see, you're looking at me like I'm talking shit. He was a bum. Napoleon Hill was a fucking bum, shitbag. Anyway, but he did write the book with Carnegie, or about Carnegie. Now just think about it. Why would a 19-year-old journalist spend a weekend with a dirty old man on Nob Hill in San Francisco? Anybody think about that? Doesn't that seem, even in the Netherlands, doesn't that sound strange? Okay, so he hired Napoleon Hill to come up with a sales idea to sell life insurance. Supposedly as theory, and the reason I know this is because W. Clement Stone told me in this ear, because I was trying to have a meeting with him, he kept getting sick, then his house burned down in Chicago, and I never got to meet him in person, so I only got to talk to him on the phone. About 2001, 2002, and he died at 101 or 102. And he said, all of a sudden, and he said, I can't really remember, Mr. Pena, because it was a long time ago, if Napoleon Hill came up with the idea, or I came up with the idea, we need something that cannot be measured. Cannot be measured. And they thought and thought and thought and thought, personal development. You can't fucking measure personal development. It's the greatest scam there ever was. And that's how personal development was born. A scam that you can't fucking measure. A scam that you can't fucking measure. And look at you. And an industry's been built up over the last 40, 50 years because of it. So you go back and you read your PD book. You listen to your fucking podcast, you worthless pieces of shit. A scam. I love that part of the talk, by the way.
So to describe my experience with the personal development community, it actually goes back really far. And I've never really spoken on it up until like a year or two ago. Like it comes back about as far as like when The Secret first came out and everyone was, going all insane about that. My teacher gave me a copy of The Secret. She handed out copies of The Secret the same way I used to hand out copies of The Game. Like I was handing out the Bible. And, I mean, I liked the way it was wrote. It was beautifully wrote, and the packaging was just amazing. It was wonderful. Even though I knew it was 100% bull crap. But I read that book, and I realized a few things about it. Something's just like, they poked at me. And as I continued on, following the personal development community, I found that it had an awful lot in common with Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I'm not going to do all the comparisons in this video for the sake of brevity, but I mean, basically the whole manifesting what you want by willing it into existence, that was basically Napoleon Hill's believing it until you make it reality. And that had an awful lot in common with every man is a king. Oh, part of it fell off. Every man is a king, or Might and Mind Mastery. I keep forgetting the second name. By Orson Sweet Martin. Now, I love these books. I actually like Every Man is a King even more than I do Think and Grow Rich. Like, the only thing Think and Grow Rich has that the other one doesn't, and it's just the style of writing, is Think and Grow Rich actually has a conversation about sexual transmutation, and that's a whole conversation into itself. And I agree with a good amount of what's being said in those books, but they were oftentimes utilized to sell other things. The issue that I have with the personal development community and life coaching in general, this is why I don't do generalized life coaching anymore, is because, well, this is one of the reasons, is because it turns into a scam real quick. You see these guys, okay, now you should join our mastermind for $20,000. You should come to our seminar for $5,000. You should go do this thing and this thing and this thing. And you really don't have solutions. You just make these people feel good. Ooh, rah, rah, you're a king, you're a queen. And they wind up in the same place, but you say, oh, you're going to get even farther if you just do this thing. Now, one of the things that I noticed with a lot of coaches is it turns into an MLM scheme, multi-level marketing. And so, what you have there is you'll have a coach, you'll wind up working with a coach, you'll pay that coach, and that coach will be like, oh, well, you should start a coaching business on this. And you'll be great, because now you've started a coaching business on this. You know, I will just coach you on how to do that. So that way you get more money, and now suddenly you're thinking you're going to make $20,000 a month by coaching other coaches on how to be coaches. And, well, like this channel that I'm going to link you to, these guys typically have never started a business on their own. I've started a few businesses, and, well, I'm going to be honest, most of them, well, all of them have failed for one reason or another. I miss leather crafting, though. Like, I really like making holsters. Like, I've made holsters for cops. I wonder how those cops are doing. That's what you see with generalized life coaches. And they just make you feel good. They do you a little bit of love bombing, make you feel like you're special. You pay them $2,000 or $3,000 a month, and then you wind up paying for them later on. And the reality is that the advice they're giving you, you can get for cheaper from a therapist 90% of the time. A therapist, a psychologist. And the issue that we have with that is, like, there's a lot of bad taste for psychologists and therapists because a lot of them are also full of crap. But guess what? That's also 90% of coaching, which is the issue there. Now me, I have big issues with the therapist community because I had to hunt for a good one. I got lucky with the therapist that I wound up whenever I needed one. And he was $500 a month, but I mean, he's very hands-on, and it was incredible the way he solved the problems that I was having. And I'm not going to really talk about that because then we're going to get straight off the topic here. And his plan actually came from being inspired by some life coaches. So there are good life coaches out there. It's just you got to hunt and do your own due diligence. But the mass majority of them are absolute dog shit. I'm just going to say that right now. Now me, I've got a specific niche for my coaching, and guess what? Whenever I coach somebody, I take a notebook like this, and you get one too, and we go through a plan of how we're going to fix the issues here. And the coaching that I do, it's dating, confidence, and as soon as I look the part more, fitness. Because I used to be a lot more sexy than I am now. I mean, look at these tits. I mean, I was a personal trainer for a while. It's just I had to quit that job because my ex. And now you know why I had to go to therapy. Because she was horrible. So, TLDR on coaching, mass majority coaches are going to be absolute crap. Mass majority of them. There are very few that I would actually recommend. When it comes to dating, if you don't want to pick me, Zanperion. But he's also a lot more expensive than me. And when you look for a coach, make sure they actually show you exactly what you're going to be doing. I give my guys homework assignments. Oh, yeah, 3 clients here. I fill up a notebook based on what we're working on. Mass majority coaches are broke. Guess what? I still work a regular 9 to 5. I mean, I make more money in some ways doing the coaching thing. I got most of my clients off Reddit. But you know what? I'm going to be honest with everyone about what I actually do. And while we're on the conversation, I've got a workshop in Kansas City sometime in June. Dates are not finalized yet. Now, hope you enjoy yourselves. Long story short, do your due diligence if you want to do coaching. The moment they start talking about making MLM, you should start coaching. You're going to make $20 million a week, that sort of thing. Yeah, it don't work. Have a good one, guys. Personal development, it can be a
I
scam.
had him locked till I broke the chain. Fooled around, thought I'd dodge the pain.
I'm a
now
thirsty
he's
boy.
out there living so loud. Two sisters strutting, drawing a crowd. The goth's got breasts that stop the air. Big and bold, it's so unfair. He's got his sister switch, and I'm undone. Cheated first, now he's having fun. Glasses glinting, curves that crush my pride. Nerding goth, there is wild ride. Oh, burned by the switch, I'm seething, I swear. Those breasts, those frames, they're my nightmare. The nerd's got glasses, thick and sharp, reflecting speed from her souped-up car. Those lenses flash, they cut me deep, a geeky glare that haunts my sleep. Then the goth, her chest a storm, large and lumen, breaking every norm. Thigh-highs climb the goth's pale skin, dark stockings taunting where I can't begin. The nerd's mind spins, a genius so high, intellect piercing, I can't deny. One's a temptress, legs wrapped in night, the other's a brain outsmarting my fight. He's got his sister switch, and I'm undone. Cheated first, now he's having fun. Glasses glinting, curves that crush my pride. Nerd and goth, there is wild ride. Oh, burned by the switch, I'm seething, I swear. Those breasts, those frames, they're my nightmare. I slipped in shadows, thought I'd stay clean, but now those sisters steal the scene. Her glasses taunt, her thighs entice, her brain's a blade, my heart's the price. I played my hand, I rolled the dice. Now they flaunt it all, and I pay twice. He's got his sister switch, and I'm undone. Cheated first, now he's having fun. Glasses glinting, curves that crush my pride. Nerd and goth, there is wild ride. Oh, burned by the switch, I'm seething, I swear. Those breasts, those frames, they're my nightmare. Thigh-high's intellect, they're etched in my head. A cheater's curse, my heart's half dead. He's free with them while I just stare. Glasses and breasts, my losing affair.